Happy Tuesday. I'm just a couple of minutes running behind on here, but you know how it goes. I am Pam Savage, owner of Young at Heart Creations, and I paint all the time, and I love to teach others to paint. So I'm going to bring you down just a tad here. I feel like I'm a little taller there, which is nice. I'm only 5 foot tall, so anything that makes me feel a little taller is pretty nice. But we're going to paint a watermelon slice tonight. Everybody else has been painting watermelon. Hi, Jane. Everybody else has been painting watermelon. The only watermelon I've ever painted was when I did the mason jar that had all the attachments a couple of months ago or a month ago for a paint party. I painted a little slice, so I've never really painted a watermelon. So we'll see how this turns out tonight. I did talk to a lot of different people that said, you know, you can use it more than just summer. You can also put it up in the spring. You know, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, we're going to get started. I think I'm going to go ahead, since the color that I'm going to use is Apple Barrel Bright Magenta, is going to be for the meat of the watermelon. So I want it to be really bright. So I'm going to go ahead and cover in white. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cover the whole thing in white. So I'll get started on that. And this came from, I did not cut this one. This one's laser cut, it looks like. It's got where the seeds go, a little bit of indentation on it. I got it at Hobby Lobby. They had it, it was $10 and they had it on sale for $5, 5 something. I think it was 40% off. I don't think they ever really put much for 50%. But anyway, so that's where I got it. And this is what I was going to paint with you last Tuesday. And since we didn't have any internet due to storms, and looks like it could storm out there any minute right now. Again, this week, this is like 6 weeks in a row, we have rain or storms in the forecast every single day. It is June 1st here in Texas, and we're usually in the upper 80s, sometimes even 90s by now, and it was 50 something when I got up this morning, and it's just been in the 60s today, lower 60s. In Texas in June. So I had to get a sweater when I ran into town. So I don't know what's up with that, but I don't think it's global warming. It's not warm outside. Where is the warming? I'm ready for it. But that's what we're going to paint tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on putting this. And it doesn't take much to put the white base coat on. I'm going to use my 1.5 inch brush that I get at Walmart's, where I get these. But for those of you that have already registered for my painting event in August, if you have not already registered, go to my website and register. It's under events, and it will have the information all about the event. It's going to be $135, and that includes 2 meals and lots of goodies. In fact, I'll give you a little hint. In one of your in your goodie bag, this is just one of the items. You'll get, not both, but you'll get one of these, one of my favorite brushes. So guys, I am putting some really good things in your goodie bag. It's not just gonna be a piece of gum or this or that. I'm putting some very nice things that you can use to paint. If I did open it to the public today, said I was gonna wait till the 2nd. I was confused on the date. I thought today was the 2nd. So it is open to the public now. Thank you so much. Hi, Anna and Diana. Thank you so much for those of you that have already registered and are ready to go. You've got your seat. I will remind you that if you just go in and fill out the registration form, but you don't pay, that does not secure you a seat. That does not actually register you. So I have gotten a couple, 2 or 3 that I got the registration form, but you didn't follow through all the way to the payment part of it. So in order to get a seat, to have a seat, a spot, you need to fill out the registration and submit the payment. And that comes directly to me with your name, letting me know that you have definitely paid and that you get a seat. I only have 64 seats, so you know they will go fast. They are limited, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun day. We're going to have at least 2 big painting projects. I will have my sales booth will be there. I might possibly have a jewelry booth. I'm not sure about that yet, but I'll have blanks for you to purchase. I'm going to mark those down to a special price just for the event, like the big sunflowers that we've been doing and some things like that that I'll have in the booth, painted and unpainted. The painted ones will be regular price, but the unpainted blanks will be a special price for you. Hi, Marla. Speaking of Marla, and I'll tell you more about the event here in just a little bit, but Marla McGinnis that just got on is one of my sweet, sweet sisters at church, and I want you to look what she made. I had planned to use this on tonight's live a little bit later, but let's go ahead and do it now. Look at this. Isn't it adorable? She knows I love to paint, and I had given her something, and this is what she gave me to a little thank you. It's made out of, this is just a spool of ribbon. Got a button on it. This is a paintbrush handle. This is the half of a paintbrush, and looks like a button for her hat. And look at the little face painted on there. And she's got her painter's smock on. But isn't that adorable? All the little paint colors on the paint palette. I just love it. I've been looking at it. She gave it to me last week, and I have been looking at it ever since. It's sitting right here on my painting table. Just a reminder how it doesn't take some big elaborate gift to make somebody feel special. This just warmed my heart, and she did such a cute job on it. I was just amazed. I thought it's just out of things that I would have laying around, and I would never think to put them together that way. But I love it. Thank you, Miss Marla. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring you down. We got Anna on and Diana and Miss Marla. And we're going to have a paint party over at Miss Marla's house here pretty soon. But I'm going to go ahead and do a base coat of white. I don't always do a base coat of white. Just depends on the colors that I'm using. So it doesn't have to be a thick coat. We're not trying to make it perfect on here. We just want to get a little enough that will make that pink color stand out. And remember, when you're going to the edges, you don't bring it back towards you. You feather out away from the edges so you don't have a big blob underneath the ledge. The grain of this wood goes this way, so it does make it a little bit easier to go that in the direction of the wood. And this is pretty well sanded. I didn't have to really do much to it at all. So I'm just getting it on there pretty quickly. And then I'll smooth it out, which will be another tip for you if you've never been on here. That we have had rain. Yesterday it rained so hard we had to go into town for something, and it rained so hard that there were just about every 5 miles there was a bad wreck, and we were going as slow as we could go so that, you know, everybody was hydroplaning. I mean, it was so thick on the roads and raining so hard you couldn't even hardly see the car in front of you. Okay, now see how quickly I'm doing this? I'm just getting enough to give it just a little backdrop, just a base coat of that white. Now the green I think would cover just fine that we're going to use for the rim. But I'm just going to go ahead and put the whole thing on white because it doesn't, it's not going to hurt it. And it may make that green stand out even a little more. Now remember, when you put the first coat of paint on any wood, it's going to make that grain kind of stand up and give it kind of a rough texture. All right, while that's drying, I'm just going to go ahead around here on the edges. This is a pretty big piece, and it's a weird shape, so I'm sorry if I can't get it right where you can see it. But notice I'm just patting, and this is a pretty wide rim. It's not one of our little bitty ones that we've been working with. So what I was going to say, finish saying about the painter's event, doesn't matter if you're a beginner, if you've never painted before, or if you're an advanced painter. The way I will teach is just what I'm doing here. I'm going a little fast here, but we'll go step by step. I'm not going to tell you what we're painting yet. Don't want to ruin that surprise. But I will be up front showing you what to do step by step so anybody can do it. And I thought, what a fun Mother-Daughter Day or a fun gift that you could give someone that you know might enjoy the day. Register for them and let them know they've already been paid for. It's going to include your lunch and your supper. Very nice meals. And then we will have a couple painting projects, 1 or 2 booths that you can purchase from. We will have a special speaker. And she's not going to be a full speech or anything like that. We're just going to visit just a little bit with Miss Vicki Stowe. Is going to say a few things for me. And I won't tell you what all she's gonna do. It'll just be a few minutes. She's kind of a cheerleader of our group. So she's gonna speak just a couple of minutes for us. And then we'll have a photo booth. I'll have it decorated so you can get photos with your friends, with me, and some of my family will be there. It is a very nice facility. Afterwards, it'll end around 7. And then afterwards, if you want, they're open till midnight, and they have movie theater, bowling, arcade games. They have all kinds of things. Okay, so I've got that base coated white. Now I'm going to dry it real quick with the hair dryer. Let me raise you up while I'm doing that. Hi, Miss Judy. You're a little late. Well, I was a little late too, so you haven't missed anything. We are painting, where did I get this blank? This one came from Hobby Lobby. They had it marked down 40% off. So I didn't even have to cut it, and it's already got the rope on it, and it's got boards across the back, because it looks like, let's see. No, it's one piece. I started to say it looks like it might be slats, or they might have had it in 2 pieces. It looks like it's 1 piece. Okay, let me get that white dried just right quick. Okay, I know that's noisy, but it sure does save time. So, in your goodie bags, you will have one of these very nice brushes. You will also get a set of these. Let's see, there we go. A set of these brushes. It's got 10 brushes in it. 10 different sizes, flat brushes, round brushes. I think there may be, I'm not sure what there. It looks like there's an oval brush in there. Anyway, you will have a set of these to take home with you. That price always also includes the 2 blanks that will be, at least 2 blanks that we will be painting. And then also, I will have some very, very nice 4 or 5 grand prizes for the door prizes. We'll be drawing tickets for those. And then we'll have some other little door prizes throughout the day as well. So I think it's just going to be a fun, packed day. We're going to do good to get everything in between 9 and 7. So I did open it to the public, like I said today. So if you would like to bring a friend or 5 friends or whatever, as long as we have the seats available, as long as, you know, until it fills up, you can bring anybody you would like to. They will just have to register separately. You'll want to make sure, you know, that they register separately. But I feel like they'll go pretty fast. That's not that many seats, you know, 64, but I do have to have 64 full seats in order to go through with it and have it. So I don't want to have to cancel it. So if you, even if you can't come, I would really, really appreciate it if you could, I don't want to say that word that Facebook doesn't want us to use. Pass the information on to all of your media friends on Facebook, on Instagram, anybody that you think that's within, you know, an hour or 2 drive to come up. They could be here by, you know, 8:30, or registration starts at 9, just to get you at your seat. Bring a friend with you, but just let them know so that I can get the word out. I know there are so many that would enjoy and love the day and just get to be with other painters and like-minded people. just to have a day for just us women to go and paint. I guess a guy could come too if he wants to. We don't care. Come on. But just please help me spread the word about it. I've been talking on Facebook like this, and I've put the flyer out there, the link. If you go on my website, youngatheartcreations.com, and click under event, it will be there for you. I've been putting the link up is on my Facebook page. So I'm going to hand some flyers out. So please, please, please help me spread the word about it, and let's have a full house and just have a great day. Several of you, I'm letting it dry just a little bit more. Several of you have asked me, because one of the things that we'll be doing is a napkin swap. If you've seen me before, or maybe you didn't see one of my earlier videos last year in the spring, around March-ish or so, April, we did several things we used the napkins for. For instance, these cans are Mod Podged. These are napkins. They're not painted. That's a napkin. I don't have all of them over here. This one is a napkin. Oh, you can put so many things in them. I've got paintbrushes in some of mine. I've got flowers. You can put flowers. You can put bathroom stuff. Depending, I've got napkins that have chickens on them, and so I would put it in my kitchen with utensils in it. There's just so many things you can do. These are cans, but you also do it on wood. Now, when you buy a package of napkins to make a project out of, you get 25 to 50 napkins. More than likely, you are not going to use that many napkins, Mod Podging, of the same design. So what we do when we get together is we bring all of our leftover napkins and we'll put them out on a table. And if there's a design that you want, you just take one. Just take 2 or 3 napkins, and we just share all of the extra napkins that we have. So we'll all have some new designs, and it just makes it fun. Okay, so what I always do after I put the first coat on wood, because it makes it rough once you put that first coat on there, is I take just regular household. You can do it with a paper sack that doesn't have any ink on it, no writing on it. Or you can just, and this is just simply wax paper. It's usually right by the foil, on the foil aisle, and I just tear off a little piece, and then I crumple it up, and then I just rub, rub, rub. Hi, Karen. Doesn't really matter what direction you're going. And now it's just as smooth as it can be. Hope I didn't just get paint on me. Nope, I didn't. I've got my painting pants on, but not painting shirts. Okay, and then I can use this 3 or 4 more times depending on how rough the wood is. All right, let me put those over there. So I am talking to, or I'm going to Michael's and not Home Depot, but Hobby Lobby to get some more door prizes. Some very nice door prizes. So you may walk away with a very nice gift if you come. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the meat of it first. Oh, I just noticed, look, it's almost the color of my fingernails. This bright magenta. So it matches pretty well. All right, can you see there? So I would love, love, love to meet you. Hope that you can come. I've got somebody from Kansas City's already coming. So some of them are coming from pretty far away, but they've got family close that they're going to be staying with. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. So they're not going to have to get a hotel room or anything. We do have a couple of hotels about 10 minutes away from it if you want to come Friday night and stay and drive back Saturday evening, or if you want to come that morning and you need to stay in a hotel and go back Sunday. We do have a couple of nice hotels in Sherman. There's one right by the facility, but it's not very, I wouldn't stay in it. It's just not in very good shape. They don't take care of it. I went over to check it out, just hoping that maybe it had gotten better, but oh no, it had not. Okay, so this has got this little ridge here, and I'm just going to paint right inside it because that down will be green. Oh, that's so pretty. Now, where you live, are your watermelons more red inside, or are they pink? A lot of them we get here, unless I'm colorblind, are really pink inside. Just a really dark, bright pink. Now, we do have some red ones too, but I've seen several that we've bought that are more pink. I don't know if it's the different brand. Oh, but that is really pretty. Makes me hungry for watermelon. I love watermelon. I like cantaloupe too. And I can still, since these little seeds are indented, and I'm getting that paint down in there, we'll be able to see them to tell where the seeds go. And I'm not even being super careful along that little ridge because I know the green's going to cover it up. Anybody still having trouble getting wood if you're cutting your own? I finally found some in Oklahoma, but I'm going to need some more because I'm cutting out all of y'all's projects that we're going to have at the event. The ones I'll be selling and then the ones you'll be painting. So I've been working on those and I'm out of wood. Gotta go try to round up some more. All right, I'm gonna stand my brush kind of straight up to go along this line here. I ordered a banner so that I'll have a banner for the photo booth. And then I ordered some new business cards. That's another thing. If you guys have business cards if you have a painting business, any kind of craft business, and you have cards, be sure and bring them so we can swap business cards with each other. But I went to have business cards made. The banner was $60-something, and the 1,000 business cards was $44.95. So I took my flyer that you've been seeing on Facebook, the ad. I had a flyer made. My daughter made that for me, and so I called them and said, okay, well, how much would it be? I want to have some flyers printed up, and I've already got it made and everything. You don't have to make it. I just need copies. For 100 just copies, regular paper, nothing fancy, just regular copy paper, $360 to have flyers made. I mean, just printed. They're already made. Just to have them printed up. I just couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, that's more than the banner, the vinyl banner, and 1,000 business cards put together. So I don't know what was so special about that. So needless to say, I will be printing my own flyers to hand out. I checked with a couple of other places, and they were a little bit less, but not a lot. So I'm not sure why it's so expensive. Okay, I think we're going to need one more coat on this pink. Look how pretty and bright that is. Love it. Okay, let me dry it right quick. Oops, let me cool it down. I always cool it down because you don't want to do it while it's hot. Your paint may peel up. A couple couple of little spots there still need to dry. We did this one a week before, or I did this one last week. But I think, I showed you this. I was finishing it live one day. And I did end up putting the button in it, but I think I'm going to put some things in here. I think, not buttons, but maybe some little, like I do the sunflower, some little squigglies or something in here. The more I look at it, I just think that center's too plain. So I think I'm going to go back and add something to that. I think it'll give it a little more pizzazz. That will be for sale at the show or at the event. This will be for sale at the event, and I might go back and get me another one of these. I'm kind of liking how this one's looking so far. If they've got any more, they may already be out. They didn't have very many, but I wasn't sure how it was going to paint. So I thought, no, I don't need to spend any more money. I need to be frugal, just get one. And now I'm thinking I'll probably go back and get another one. Throw frugal out the door. Which is what I usually always do when I go into Hobby Lobby. So I try not to go in any more than I absolutely have to right now because I'm having to get all this stuff for the event. It adds up. But I want y'all to have some really nice prizes. I don't want it to just be little things here and there. Now your goodie bag will have lots of little things in it. And we'll have some smaller door prizes throughout the day because I want as many to get something, you know, that can. But I'm trying to get some really nice ones. Hopefully you'll have, if you win one of them, you'll have room in your trunk for them. Now I'm spending all this money up front, and I'm thinking, oh, what if I don't get the 64 and I have to cancel it? So I'm keeping all of my receipts, all of my boxes, but I'm going to think positive. I am going to get 64 painters so that we can have it and not worry about it. All right, now I'll have to go back and do the edge on that, but I'm going to do that a little later because I don't want to get it all over my shirt. And right now I've touched my shirt 15 times already, and I know I'm going to get it on there. So let's go ahead and work on the green while that dries, and then we'll do the seeds on there. Let's see. Hi, Julie, my PC sister. We're going to have several of the PC sisters that are going to be at my event. And they're so excited. They've been talking amongst each other. I've been watching the comments, and they're so excited to get to finally meet each other. I have a little lace piece here on my shirt. I just like to sometimes wear those depending on the shirts, because when you're on camera, you know, I'm very modest, and so it keeps creeping up a little higher and higher here, but that's what that is. Okay, so for the rind, I think that's what it's actually called. I'm going to do, actually going to do a dark green on that little bitty line there. Let's do the Hauser dark green on that little bitty line. And then we'll do the lighter. Oh my goodness, did you see what just happened? My lid came open. I have got on my brand new shirt, look at all that paint. It went everywhere. On my curtains, on my wall. All right, let me grab a baby wipe right quick. Went all over the pink. So, tip it Tuesday. Make sure the lid is completely closed before you go shaking it. Oh my goodness. Well, now you know, it is live. It is real. Let's see if I can grab that off my curtain before it gets too bad. It's probably on the floor too. I ought to really watch before I walk so I don't get it on the carpet. I can't believe it did that. I checked the other ones, but I did not check that green one, and it just wasn't closed all the way. All right, let me do some cleanup here right quick. Did it go on my face? No. Just all over my necklace. This will be the video that goes viral. The blooper. All right, I'm going to have to really soak this in some hand sanitizer. In alcohol, we'll usually get it out. We'll see. I don't know. That's a lot of paint. Okay, now for the most important thing. Let's see if we can get it off this pink. Bring you down here. But that is the way my whole day's gone. So I should have known. We'll get it to where we can at least paint over it. Paint's a little bit wet there. Get it wetter. Baby wipe. We'll just have to put another coat of pink on there. Just so glad that it didn't go in my eye. You know, you think about you need to wear protective glasses and whatever when you're out on the saw, but you never think about it when you're just sitting here painting. Okay, let's see if we can salvage it. I saw Tamara painting today. her live, she had some things that didn't work out, so I thought, well, it happens to the best of us. Still cleaning it up here. All right, let's get a little more pink. Well, actually, I'm going to let that dry because it's still kind of wet, so let's work on this green again. This is Hauser Dark Green. I guess I can use this new shirt as a paint shirt now. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of that green in this. We're going to do just this little ridge that's right in here. And I need a little bit smaller brush to do that with. Let's see if we can use that one. Let me kind of play around here. It's not a very wide strip. Let's try this little small. It's a number 4 flat Royal Lang nickel. So I'll probably do something like that at the live while I'm helping y'all paint. Spill it all over me. Oh well, that just lets you know I'm human and we all have things that happen. Okay, let's see how I want to do this. This is a little bitty ridge here. So, and this brush is just about the right size. Let's see if we can get it in there. And I'm not caring if it's just exact. This wood is a little rough. It's got some ridges in it. So I'm just going to do it the width of this brush. And then we'll go over it in our other green. And then we'll do a little bit lighter green on the rim. Or the rind, I think's what it's called. The watermelon rind. Get a couple more of these out. I have a feeling I'm going to need them. Ooh, that's pretty, putting it on and taking it off. Kind of see that green below it. That's what happens when I try to paint fast. So are the watermelons pink or red where you live? I want to say both where we are. Too bad I hadn't already planned the event or gotten to the point where I could advertise it before Mother's Day. That would have been a very nice Mother's Day gift to give someone to purchase them tickets. I tried to do just the one day this time. We'll see how it goes this year. So that possibly those close enough would not have to get a hotel. Now, there may be some of you that still want to stay in a hotel that Friday night or Saturday night and not drive back. It's getting caught on my little plastic thing here. This has got, in that ridge and right down here, it's like a little washboard. It's very, very rough. And that's what caused me to just buy one, because I was looking at it and I thought, okay, those are going to give me some little issues. Luckily my wall is green, so at least the color matches. This wall behind me kind of takes a beating, hanging all the door hanger samples up on it and being right behind where I paint. We have a family reunion this weekend. And it's right across the street. It's in Canton, and it's right across the street from Canton's Trades Day. So there'll be a lot of people there. So many booths. So that usually in one weekend they have around 100,000 people. All right, we'll let that dry just a minute. And I am going to try to dry this pink and see if we can get another coat of pink on there real quick. So I will be soaking me a shirt and scrubbing as soon as I get off here. I just got this shirt in the mail. I ordered it from a catalog. I just got it in the mail. It's been probably 5 days. I don't know if you can see all that paint there. There's a big splotch there, a big splotch there. It runs down here. It's all back here. All from one little shake. All right, let's see if we can get some more of that pink on there. This is such a pretty color. Apple Barrel from Walmart. Bright magenta. I really like it. Get that baby wipe off of there. All right, so let's see if we can get that covered up again. I think it'll cover that green okay. So if you purchase this at the show, know how much love went into it. What all we had to go through to get this pink on there. It's a very dark green, so it may even take another coat. I hadn't planned on any green to be on there. It on a little thicker since we're trying to cover that green. And what I will probably do is not seal it and let it kind of cure for a little while and then come back and put another coat on it. But we'll go ahead and I'll get where the seeds are really good. We had our first congregational meal at church Sunday. First one, we usually have one Sunday a month where we have worship service, and then we have lunch, potluck. Everybody brings something, and then we go ahead and have the evening service right after that. Instead of coming back at 5, we go ahead and do that. We usually do it on the second Sunday of every month, but since COVID, it's been 14 months since we've got to have a meal together. and visit and fellowship in that way. And it was wonderful to get to sit down. And we had our kitchen remodeled at church, so we had a brand new remodeled kitchen for all the ladies to fix everything in, warm everything up. It was so nice. And oh, everybody just had so much fun talking together and visiting. We ended up sitting, it was very crowded. I mean, we had a good crowd. We ended up sitting at a table that was full of teenagers, my husband and I. And so we went over because there just weren't many chairs left. And we said, do you mind if us two old people sit down here with y'all? And they were so much fun. They didn't care at all. And they just acted like we were one of them. And we had the best conversations and got to know one of the new families, the family's children, a little better. And it was just awesome. So I said, take that, COVID. All right, y'all. I thought this was going to be the easiest piece ever to paint for y'all. And then all that happens. All right, we'll let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and put the first coat of the medium Hauser green. That's the dark, and it's going to need another coat on it. Let's see if it's dry enough. I can go ahead and put another coat. Yeah, let's see if we can. Have any of y'all, anybody else in our area, hi Julie, anybody else having incredible amounts of gnats, the little bitty gnats? They're, every restaurant I go to, they're there. My house, they're here. I went to the store and they were there. I guess it's just the time of year for them, but they've been driving me crazy. All right, let's get you back down here. And again, I'm just using this little, it's a number 4 brush with Royal Lang Nickel. Now somebody else, another brand, number 4 may be a larger one. It just depends on the brand. And I'm not doing the edges right now. I'm going to do those. I said I was going to do the edges later, afterwards, so that I didn't get paint all over my shirt because the edges were touching. Well, so much for that, huh? So y'all can go back and watch the replay. I'll have to go back. I know my face, well, I don't know if I was up or down camera-wise, but my face was in shock when all that paint came towards me. Speaking of the little gnats, there's one flying around here right now wanting to land in this paint. We've had enough problems with this paint tonight. Stay out of it. We haven't had a watermelon yet this year. We had that cantaloupe at church. I think that's what I was about to tell you when a little paint mishap. But somebody brought a watermelon from Walmart. Not watermelon, cantaloupe. And it was so sweet. Oh, it was so good. One of the teenagers at the table where we sat, they had just gotten back from, and I'll never remember the name of the town in Oklahoma, but where Ree Drummond, the one that has the Pioneer Woman that has the cooking show, they got to go up there and see everything. We've been, and it was really fun. Her restaurant was, oh, the food was wonderful. But they got to see Ladd, her husband. You know, just a few months ago here, he and his nephew were in an accident. They had a head-on accident together. They ran into each other on the ranch. They were burning fields, and the smoke kept them from seeing each other. Well, she's told me that Lad, his injury was, you know, really bad, and that he's not able to turn his head anymore. He can't turn his neck. He has to turn his whole body. But that he's still working the ranch. But I'm sure that's got to be difficult. It just sounds like the nephew is okay. It sounds like Lad had a much more serious injury. Okay, so we've got that rind in between the rind and the watermelon. And I think it looks covered okay. It looks a little, because of the ridges, you'd think it's not painted because it's shadowing, but it is. Okay, it's looking a little more like a watermelon. Get it with the hairdryer right quick. Okay, that's not completely dry, so we'll go ahead and do this rind here with the medium Hauser. You can tell that's the dark that we did the in-between rind, and then this is the medium. So you got 3 Hauser green colors. You got the dark, medium, and light Hauser green. Those are all Hauser green Deco Art. Just enough shade that they really complement each other. Okay, and with this one, I think we will go with, I don't even know what size this is. I would say probably, well, let me trust my little tape measure here. I use this tape measure here at my table that I've got. It's a paper one. And it is, I've got it under the clear one. Let me show you here. See if I've got those over here. Yes, I use this tape measure for so many things. And look what I bought you guys. For your goodie bag, I have you a tape measure, a paper tape measure that's going to be in your goodie bag. All of those so that you can use it. It's just so handy. So that's another thing that's going to be in your goodie bag. So you get the nice paintbrush, a tape measure, and so many other things. I've got so many boxes in here. So I sure hope you can come and bring a friend and get all your goodies. All right, let's see if this brush works. If this one doesn't, let's set some of these things down here. Then I'll go with a little bit smaller one. I think this is a Dollar General one. Sometimes they don't always do the best. We'll see. I think that'll work. I want to stand it up a little bit. It's a pretty green. I don't know if you can hear how rough that wood is. So if you get one of these from Hobby Lobby, you might want to sand it just a little bit. Now I'm not caring if I get it on the edge there because I am going to go back and paint the edge the same color. So I'm not being super careful with that. But I am being careful getting it right up against that dark green. My husband finally just gave up and got out pretty much in the mud Sunday after we got out of church and mowed, because he knew we were going to be gone for the weekend and that it would be so tall when we got back. But now they've put storms and rain in the forecast for the next 6 to 7 days. I don't know where any more water is going to go. Okay, it's really pretty. It's looking like a watermelon. And then I'm going to do my little stripies, and then when we get all the little seeds in, might put welcome across here. I did get some more little welcomes. That would be cute. It would be cute to even paint maybe a couple of little ants on here. I've been seeing ant mounds out in the yard because they have nowhere to go underground because there's so much water. Haven't had any in the house. When you live out in the country, you never know what you're going to get. Varmint-wise. Take my bracelet off there. I am going with the direction of the grain on it. And it will take 2 coats. And I think that dark one's going to need a second coat on it, and a couple of places where this light green has got on it. I almost did not get on here tonight, but since I didn't get to get on last week because of the internet, I thought, no, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. But I knew I was already kind of nervous, and just the kind of day we had had. I got a phone call that my younger brother is not doing well health-wise at all. And we're going to have to make some tough decisions. But I thought, no, I need to get on here and paint. I need to take my mind off of everything for a couple of hours. And you guys are wonderful and so encouraging, and it always helps to be with friends. And I consider all of you friends. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see this little gnat that keeps flying on here on camera, but if I can catch him, he's going out in the other room. Okay, so I'm going to let that green dry, and I do have some touch-up places that I have to do, but that won't be hard at all. Let's see if I can hold you up and hold it back a little bit. Okay, so while this green, you see how shiny it is? We can tell how it's green. I mean, how it's still wet. So we'll go ahead and do our little seeds while that green is drying. Let's see what I want to do those with. It's not like I don't have any brushes. I've got 15 bajillion brushes. But you get used to using your favorite ones. I can buy 100 brushes, and it seems like I still end up going to my favorite ones. I still got paint all over my fingers and hands. Okay, making sure the lid's on before I shake it. Okay, and I can still very easily see the see where the seeds are. I don't know if you can tell, but just under there, they're indented just a little bit where they were laser cut. So that'll make it easy for us to paint. And I think I'm going to try just a little round brush. It's a number 1 liner from Plaid. some little seeds in this watermelon. Okay, don't anybody tell my husband that I just probably ruined a brand new shirt. What happens on the live stays on the live. He would just laugh at me. Okay, so I'm going to start up here with the top ones so that I'm not running my arm across it. I just stuck my thumb in some of that green, so let me put a little more green on there. Smooth it out a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start up here with this middle one. Let me get you back down. Hi, Vicki. And Miss Karen. How many people do you have signed up for the retreat already? 6, 7. I just started announcing it this weekend. So the very first hour, I had 3 people immediately pay. They go, oh, yes, 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 I want to go, I want to go. So I've got 6 or 7 right now. I'd have to look and see. I know some are waiting till payday, so we'll have some more that are signing up. I've got several that are waiting on payday. So I would love to have you. I would love for you to bring somebody with you, but I have to have 64 to make it work. But I think it's going to be so much fun. Let me turn this fan off over here. Hold on just a second. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss any other. Completely forgot it is Tuesday. I know, everybody, Marina, everybody thinks that it is Monday. Everybody has said, oh, it is Tuesday. And I almost forgot about coming on tonight. I would love to go. Maybe my daughter would come with. Oh, I would love that. When you go on to register, be sure when you fill out the registration form, underneath it, I believe it's underneath, it says payment. So be sure and do that, because that won't secure you a spot. And each of you have to register separately. So if your daughter comes, there's a spot for her to click that says so-and-so referred me. Be sure and do that, because we might just have some kind of little prize for the one that gets the most referrals, that refers the most people that sign up. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you everything. If I told you everything, it wouldn't be a surprise when you got there. So, all right, let me get you back down. But I would appreciate it so much if you can't come, if you would at least still share to your page so that we can. Ooh, that brush is not going to work at all. It's not holding together. Share to your page or Instagram, whatever you have that will help us get the word out, because I would hate for somebody to miss it, that just simply because they didn't know about it. I've had so many say, oh, I'm just so excited. They're going to bring their mom, they're going to bring their daughter. The meals are the lunch. The lunch is going to be soup. I think you get a choice of 2 different soups, baked potato, salad, and cookies, a variety of cookies. And then for supper, we are going to have, let's see, what was it? Baked barbecue chicken, and I forgot what the vegetables are, roll, and peach cobbler. So that's what the meals will be. And I know I'm all over this green down here, but it's all right. It's not coming off. It's dry enough. Ooh, that black looks pretty on that pink. I think it will be really fun. I want to make sure, I'm going to write it really, really big on my paper, on all of my itinerary and schedule. I want to be sure and get a group picture before anybody leaves. I don't want anybody leaving until we get a group picture. And then I can put that on Facebook and let everybody see what a fun time we had. You are welcome to share the link that's on this business page. I've got several posts that have that link in it. You can also go straight to the website and go under events, and it will show you some pictures of the place. The actual place that we're having it is just 5 minutes up the road from me. I'm on the same side of the highway, out in the country, just about 5 minutes. If the trees weren't in the way, I could probably see it. And they've got bowling, arcade games, a movie theater, a little restaurant. And the restrooms will be just outside our little spot. And then they have some also across the hallway. We'll have to really stay on task to get our projects done. But I know we can do it. Sorry, I didn't realize I was holding that away from the camera. I haven't even looked at my phone to see if I got paint on my phone. Yummy, yummy, you're right. Does sound yummy. So your meals are paid, that $135 pays for both meals. Pays for all your projects, door prizes, the goodie bags, and let me tell you, just since COVID, everything I'm ordering is way more expensive than it was last year, because I looked into doing this last year and then COVID hit. Well, everything has gone up. Some of it has even doubled in price since last year. I got so much stuff over here. So your $135 is being spent on all of that. Your hotel cost, well, if you get a hotel, it's just a one-day event, but if you have to get a hotel that Friday night to get here, or you want to stay that Saturday night, you will be responsible for getting your hotel and for the hotel fees. That $135 does not include a hotel. It's just easier to start at the point and come down and go around. So for me, just keeping it real for you, to let you know that I'm human too. It's been a very emotional day for my family. So for comfort, I just wanted to go ahead and get on here with you guys. I had to go break the news to my mom, and y'all know what all she's been through the last 3 months, so that was not an easy task. I saw several of the PC sisters that live in North or South Texas that are definitely close enough to come. Oh, I would just love to meet everybody face to face. And the reason it's only 64 spots is because that, just putting 2 to a table, that's all the room would hold. The tables are not huge,
And if I put 3 to a table, it would just really be crowded with you trying to paint. And I didn't want you to be crowded. I wanted you to be comfortable. But if you brought more than one person with you, you could all sit on the same row or the tables next to each other. They're going to all be lined up in a row across of 3 tables. And there'll be, I think, 11 rows with only 2 tables on the last row, because I got to make room for the booth that will have the painted in blanks for sale. For instance, oops, I just did that one wrong. The round that we did, this round that I did hang on just a second, let me get too many things going here. Let me get that black off of there right quick. Okay. The round that I showed you last week that I did the bicycle with. Let's see. Again, I'm going to use my tape measure. See how wide this is. It's a 12-inch round. I will have several of those that you can just put anything on these. In fact, we are going to do a project with one of these. I will give you that much. But typically I sell these for $8 and I sell them all the time. These will be only $5 at the event. So I'm going to try to have a stack of these rounds for you to purchase. Just the blank ones. I'm going to try to get as many little things like that done as I possibly can. Because I know Tamara, her very first live that I went to, she had a gentleman there that had wood cutouts. And he had them marked down just for the event. And it was so nice to get a bargain. All right, let's bring it back down to the seeds. That round is the perfect size. It's not too big and not too, too small. The smaller size you could probably use as a, to go on a porch leaner or maybe a wreath. But for this one, I just use it for so many different things. I really, really like that size on it. All right, let's get these. All right, little gnat. I don't know if y'all can see him, but he's chasing me. He's going to get in this paint sooner or later, and then it's going to be done for him. Thank you, Marina. Hi, Sharon. Sharon Dunlap's on, and she has a party this month. And the round that I just showed you with the bicycle, that's what we're going to be painting at her party. So I am very excited about that. So if you didn't see the beginning of if you didn't get on the beginning, go back and listen to the details about the party or go to the website, youngatheartcreations.com. But please, please, please sprinkle and pass it along to anybody. I sent several texts out today about it, but share it. Whoops, I said that word. Pass it along. We can't say that word on Facebook for some reason. But tell your friends and family and just bring a group. But just get registered as soon as you can, because once they start coming in, as soon as those 64 seats, and well, we don't have 64 left because we've got 6, 7, or 8 that have already signed up and paid. So it's starting to, the word is starting to get out. So send that word out for me. All right, let me bring you back down here. Now it's looking a little messy because we don't have a second coat there, but when you're painting, or if you've painted, it always looks messy in the beginning. And again, about the event, remember, you don't have to be a fantastic painter to come. If you've never painted before, you can still come. I'm going to be up front demonstrating what to do. And there will be plenty of advanced painters that will be happy to help you. They'll be sitting near you and they'll be happy to help you if you have any questions, especially the PC sisters, the Painters Clubhouse sisters. That's Tamara Bennett's club, the ones that are there. They are just the most helpful group of women. They've helped me with so many things, and they would be more than happy to help you. It's not to be a stressful day at all. It's to come, block the world out, the troubles of the world, leave all of your thoughts about your chores, get the hubby or mother-in-law, or bring mother-in-law, but grandmother to keep those kiddos and give you a day out. After this year we've had, I think we have earned a day out. I'm having to really cover those ridges, so I'm getting my paint pretty thick on the brush. These clouds are getting pretty dark out there. Looks like the rain's gonna start pouring again any minute, so hopefully the internet won't mess up. Black really makes the pink pop, and then we'll put some little details, little highlights on the seeds. They will set up our lunch. It'll be, there's a long counter in the room, and they'll set our lunch and supper up on it. They'll set lunch up, and after we've finished lunch, they'll take it down, and then they'll set it back up for supper. So I've been talking to the manager at the place. Been up there a couple of times, scouting it out, taking pictures so I can make sure that there'll be plenty of table space. Came home, drew a map of exactly how I want the table set up. And while I was there, showing her what I had, how I had the table set up, where I was going to put my booth, how I wanted y'all set up so that it would be this way and that way, and where I wanted the food. She said, "Would you like a job?" And I laughed. I said, "Oh, you're funny." She said, "No, I'm dead serious. Would you like a job as the event coordinator?" And I looked at her and realized she was very serious. I just told her that I used to coordinate weddings, and I coordinated our big community craft show for 18 years, I guess, 17, 18 years. And so I guess she was still thinking about that. And when I pulled out all of my stuff that I had already planned for y'all's event, she was very serious about me taking a job. And I said, "Oh," I said, "you know, that's such a compliment. Thank you so much. But I just retired in December to do this because I love painting and teaching others to paint." I said, "Thank you, but no thank you." But it was nice to know that she thought I could do it. All right, we've got all these little seeds done. I've just got a few more over here on this side. I'm going to put another little coat of green, and while those are drying, and then we'll come back and do some highlights on them. This was not the best brush either to do these with, but we'll finish it out. The birds are just singing like crazy out there right now. We've got a mockingbird that, for some reason, about 11 o'clock every night, he has decided that that's the time he's going to sing the most. About 11 or 11:30, and it's pitch dark outside. I've never had one, I'm cleaning this one up right here. Never had one sing late at night like that. I guess he just couldn't sleep. But he was sure happy. Okay, is this looking, the color, that pink, does that look watermelon-y to you? It does to me. But I know some places have just the really, really deep red watermelons. I am going to, we've got Vacation Bible School next week, so I won't get a lot of painting done. But after we get through Vacation Bible School, my plans are, depending on my brother's health, of course, I'm planning on painting a lot and getting some more things cut out. I spent a long time, one of the days last week, I don't remember which day, but I spent cutting out your projects. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut them out like we're definitely having the party. We're going to get all 64 people. I'm not going to think any other way. It's got a little rigid in it there. Okay, I think our black seeds are just fine now. I don't think they'll need a second coat. We'll let those dry. Let's go ahead and put a second coat of the medium green on here. Hauser medium, and I've switched to a little bit better brush, same size, 3/4 of an inch, but a little bit better. That Dollar General one just wasn't quite getting it. At the event, I will have plenty of baby wipes. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, I'm just standing it up on its edge. On its chisel edge to get right up against that dark green. Okay, now you can see the difference in, I hope you can on camera, but that second coat, how just that second coat cleaned it up so nice. And you can tell how you can see through, still see some of the wood underneath it there. So just putting that second coat really changes everything on it. Okay, I typically, after I finish a live, post it for replays. Now, after everything that happened on this one with the paint mishap and some of the mishaps we've had on here, give me your opinion. Would you post it or would you not post it if it were you? And then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. smooth it out a little bit there. I know the kiddos are so happy to be out of school. We went to my granddaughter's, my first granddaughter. We went to her graduation Saturday. They're homeschooled. They have a home co-op. It was the most beautiful, sentimental graduation ceremony I think I've ever been to. It was beautiful. His parents put a lot of work into it. Okay, I've got quite a bit of that left over, so I'm going to go ahead and do the edges on this. What can it hurt if I get it on my shirt now? So to do these edges, I'm just patting it on there. And this is very, very rough and coarse. So I'm having to rub it in just a little bit. But it's not really going to hurt that much. Because we can smooth it out up here. I'm just trying to pat it on. That way it doesn't get on the back of your piece. This one's taking a little bit extra effort because of the type of wood. Because they didn't sand it real well. But with what it is, being a watermelon and everything, it's actually giving it some nice texture. I know you can't really see what I'm doing. We get just a little here. Just patting it, patting it, patting it. And then just smooth it out. Now this one's got the pieces of wood on the back. See those extra pieces of wood? So I will probably go right here on the edges, because the edges will show when it's on the wall. I'll go ahead and do those probably green as well afterwards. Or I may just stain the whole back. Not sure yet. Okay, and it's green right up to where the green comes off of the edge, and then the other edge will be pink. But you've got that dark green, also a little stripe. So we'll leave room for that. And come over here and do this side. There were a lot of graduations going on Saturday. We passed so many people with their kids in gowns taking pictures. My granddaughter lives about, well, exactly an hour and a half from us, close to Fort Worth, just this north of Fort Worth. And we saw lots of fireworks for Memorial Day on our way down there and back. All right, I'm purposely getting some on that edge off of my brush so that I can use it. Still going to need to put a little more out. And this is the Hauser medium that we're using right now. Thank you. I don't know who all you've been, but I did post some more templates on my website. My templates are only $2. And by the time I pay Square for taking the payments and everything, I don't make that much off of them. But the reason I have them at only $2 is because my templates are not, I don't have Procreate or anything like that. I don't have those programs. I'm not a computer person. So mine are just hand drawn. But I've sold like 15 templates in the last week. week or so. So whoever's buying all my templates, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. That just made my day. All right, so I'm getting on the edge here. But I just put some new ones out last week, so hopefully I can paint some of those soon. Okay, let me see if we need any touch-ups with that green. I think that's covered pretty good. Okay, so with the Hauser light green, we're going to go make some little zigzags. And I'm going to do it right under this dark green because I am going to go back and touch up that dark green. But I'm going to use a, let's see where my other little brush is here. Put all my brushes out. There it is. I'm just going to use this little flat brush. It's that number 4 Royal Langnickel. And we're just going to do some little squigglies in that lighter color. Let's see if this, I think that'll be just perfect color. So I'm just kind of putting it on both sides. No rhyme or reason as to how far they're spaced. We'll start right here on the edge with one. And let's see how I like it. If I don't like this, we'll switch brushes. Oh, I think that's fine. Okay, about an inch. Loading it up pretty good. And I'm just wiggling it down. And then I'm going to come back and put some white highlights. We'll go ahead and do our white highlights in the seeds. And then this will be drying and we'll come back and put some little white stripes in the middle of these. I want to make sure it goes all the way off the end there. Now we could also go off the edge with it. And I may do that afterwards. We'll see how long we've got. We would have been almost done had we not had the mishap. All right, it's starting to come to life here. It is rewarding though, once you've had a mishap, if you don't give up and you can salvage it. I've had some that were so bad, I don't remember what all happened, but it was just sand it off and start over. Couldn't fix it. This is going to be one of those nights that I'm probably going to paint for a while. Just to relax. I do my best thinking. And when I paint, a lot of times that is my prayer time because it's quiet. And I can really think. All right, right on the edge. Just squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Okay, we'll leave it at that. And I may come back down and go over the edges later. But let's go ahead and get some white while that's drying. And put some... Okay, so it's going to hang this way. So I want to do my highlights there. So let's get some white. Wash that brush out.
And I'm going to use a liner brush, and it's a Royal Langnickel, and it's a size 10-0 liner. It's not real long like a script one, but that'll be just enough for what we're needing. I'm thinking, do I want to go, okay, look at the lines we've got here. Do I want to do a white line on each side or a white line down the middle of each one? What do you think? Okay, so we're going to do just a few little highlights on. It's going to hang upside down that way, and I don't want to put my hand in the little green stripes that I just did. Isn't it amazing the difference just one little stroke makes? One little color. A little more up there on that one. So our light's coming from this side. What I might also do, I'll show you the final picture, so I might not have time to do it all on here since we've had so much going on, but it's also pretty to float, to shade a darker pink just under each one of those seeds. We'll see what we come up with. I sure like the little white highlight though. It's just a simple little comma stroke. Okay. Okay, so in the middle, I've got middle. Melinda, post what? I'm sorry. Bring who on camera, and please post what? So let me know. Okay, I got one vote for middle, so we're gonna go with middle. Let me put you back down. So Melinda, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, so explain a little bit, and then I'll see if I can answer. And I'm just gonna do squiggle like I did on the green. Oh, that brightens it up. That one's still a little bit wet. We went to Cracker Barrel and had supper last night. And I never eat my full meal. So I had plenty left over to have my supper tonight. So I get to have Cracker Barrel again. I love their grilled chicken strips, and I also love their chicken and dumplings. My husband cannot stand chicken and dumplings, but I could eat them probably every day. Now we could have done, with the darker green, some shading under here, but for time's sake, I did not. But you could certainly do that. It's a little wet, but I think I can get away with it. Yeah. I'm running out of room for all the boxes that keep coming in from Amazon for your supplies and for your goodie bag and door prizes. I've got so many boxes. I'm like, okay, where am I going to put the next one? But I didn't want to take a chance of them not coming in time because of shipping or whatever. Okay, I'm thinking about, let me see. See where my daughter is. Thinking about putting a white dot. Let's see what it looks like. All right, I'm going to do one, and you tell me dots in the center, between the lines, or not. And I'm just using my daughter from Hobby Lobby. Dot, 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 dot. What do you think? Does that add to it? Or get them off? So you got to tell me real quick, because I'll have to get them off with a baby wipe. All right, what do you say? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'd already forgotten the question that I asked that tells you what kind of day I've had. Okay, I will post it. All right, I like the polka dots. So I'm going to go ahead and put some polka dots on the rhyme. Little whimsical. Just gives it, since I didn't do any really shading on it or highlighting, it just gives it a little more depth. I'll get my welcome word out here and see what it looks like across it. And these are just Dippin' Dots. Are y'all hungry for watermelon yet? If you know any PC sisters, again, that live within driving distance or have family up here close enough to come to the event, please let them know about it. I did post it on the website, on Painter's Clubhouse, with Tamara's permission. But you still never know how many see it or not that way. Okay, so we've got those on there. Let me see if I have a darker pink up here. It might work. Let's try this. Is Berry Cobbler. Let's see how dark that is up against it. Deco Art Berry Cobbler. I don't know if that'll be dark enough or not. We'll have to try. Maybe too close to the regular color. Let's just try it and see. Okay, now I have to really be careful with those dots up there. They are very wet. So I'm going to put just a little bit on this and see if it's dark enough. Perfect. You may not can see it on camera, but that is the perfect shading color for that Apple Barrel Bright Magenta. And this is the Deco Art Berry Cobbler. You could even go a little bit darker, but I think we'll go with that. So I'm going to get a little bit of the base color, that magenta, with that Berry Cobbler. And we'll go around these seeds. I'll just kind of make them stand out a little more.
And it doesn't take much. Do a couple and then I'll show you the difference with it. Oh, and I just laid my arm in a dot after just telling you I'd have to be careful with it. Oh, you guys. What would we do without baby wipes? Can y'all tell that my mind is somewhere else tonight? It for sure is. All right, but thanks to the baby wipe, it's like it never happened. Okay, so we got it around that one. And I'm just putting a little bit of that berry color on it. It kind of makes those seeds just pop out, and then I'll put some on the edge too. Okay, let's see if you can. I've got to be careful with those dots, they'll run. Here it is with it around it, and then these don't have any. So it does make them pop. And then I'll get a little bit larger brush and do all along the edge there on the inside of it. Okay, and I think that'll finish it out really pretty. And I'll have to redo the edges there. All kinds of bow colors that would be pretty with this. Let me grab the word welcome and let's see what we think it would look like with that. Just got these yesterday, so they've still got the tags on them. These are $1.49 at Walmart. Not Walmart, Hobby Lobby. And they're just the right size for some of these little things like this where you don't want a real big one. Okay, thank you, Judy. Okay, so what do you think with the welcome? Let me cut this off real quick. That little tag off. Okay, so for you, that's backwards. Let's do it this way. See if you can see it. Okay, that's with welcome. My Archon's getting loose there. I like the welcome on it. I don't like all that blank space up there. So I think the welcome looks pretty good on it. Not sure what color I would do it in yet. I'll have to think about that. I don't know. What color do you think it should be? The darker pink or white? I'm not sure. So what color, if you were painting it, what color would you do the welcome in? I think it needs to be something that it will stand out. I like this. I may go back and get me another one and do it the right way. Okay, I think I've made enough of a mess tonight. It's probably going to take me 30 minutes to clean it up and go see if I can do something with this shirt. But y'all needed a good laugh today. I needed a good laugh today, so I definitely got one. Thank you so much for coming on here and watching with me. This one was a hot mess tonight, but I guess every now and then you just have to have a hot mess one. And again, this will probably be the one that goes viral and everybody loves. But we got through our watermelon. I'm going to go see if I can get all this paint out of my shirt. I may start wearing an apron. Who knows? Thanks so much. Again, please go check out the event under event on my website, youngatheartcreations.com. Or you can go I have a link, 2 or 3 posts on my business page here and my personal page that has the link that goes directly to the registration form and shows you the place, pictures of the place that we're going to be having it, and more information on it there. If you have any questions at all, private message me, instant message me or whatever if you have any questions about the details. But to this point, at this point now, we're open to the public. You can bring as many friends as you want, have as many sign up as you want. They do have to sign up individually. If you referred them, be sure and tell them to check the box that they were referred by and your name. Who knows, we may have a drawing for the ones that got the most referrals to come. So just keep that in mind. And I'll be on here again soon to let you know more details about it and may paint some more. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye. Hi, Jean. I didn't see you hop on. Bye-bye. Bye, Melinda.